Another brutal murder, another savage murder. Another man is appearing to stand trial for it, accused of killing another man here in Ireland with a knife, a huge knife, of course. And the media, as is their wont, as is their way, are very scant with the details that are being published in this today. Now, I've done a little bit of digging on this case, and I'm going to show you the headline in the first instance here. Man, aged 24, admits killing man in County Kildare but denies murder is to go on trial. So this is being reported today and yesterday in Ireland's mainstream media, but the details are very, very scant. As bad as it is, it's a savage murder. Valeriu Melnic, the name, is charged with murdering Ion Daghi, aged 39, at the close Sallins Park, Sallins, in County Kildare on May the 12th, 2024. So roughly a year ago. So that's bad enough in and of itself. But when you see the details of this particular crime, it is extremely heinous. And there's a lot of things that aren't reported in today's and yesterday's mainstream media reporting this that are quite horrific. So that's the chap in question, Valeriu Melnic. In the photograph, you can see his angelic visage, complete with a large black eye. I'm not sure if he got that at the scene of the crime, alleged crime, or whether or not he's picked that up somewhere else. Maybe just like his coordination's not great. Maybe he just bumps into things, gives himself black eyes. But anyway, he's aged 24, killed someone in Kildare, allegedly, denies murder, and it is set to go to trial. So he admits killing someone, but says it wasn't a murder. Okay, so this Tuesday, coming Central Criminal Court, this will go on trial. Valeriu Melnic, with an address in Rathcoole, County Dublin, is charged with murdering Ion Daghi, aged 39, in Kildare. So when arraigned before the court, he pleaded not guilty to murder, but guilty to manslaughter. The plea was not accepted by the DPP, and Mr. Justice David Keane swore a jury of 8 men and 4 women to hear the trial, so that wasn't acceptable. The jury were told that the deceased, Mr. Daghi, was a roofer who lived in Sallins and would have worked in that area, and the accused man worked as a general operator. The trial will begin before Mr. Justice Keane tomorrow afternoon. That's today, actually, and is expected to last until the end of next week. Now, there's a lot of details aren't reported in this. For example, they were related by marriage. One was the other one's brother-in-law, and spoiler alert, he savagely, allegedly killed him in a kitchen at a party with children present in the house. And the deceased's young daughter actually had to phone to get the emergency services out. An absolutely horrendous state of affairs altogether. So if you want to get the actual details in this one, you have to dig back a little bit. You have to go back around about 12 months. And this was the initial headline that came out in May of last year. And I believe this is significant because I believe they're taking an already bad situation and trying not to make it even worse, which it is. So Valeriu Melnic, accused of stabbing, we know all this, originally from Moldova. So we're starting to get more information here. So the dead man that was killed, stabbed, was originally from Moldova after a dispute during a family gathering. So this was in a family get-together. 23-year-old has been charged with murdering his brother-in-law in County Kildare. So one of them from Moldova happened at a family gathering. The dead man is the brother-in-law to the man who's accused of murdering him. Although, of course, he says he didn't murder him. It was manslaughter. Detective Garda Enda Coleman said Melnic, who's a stonemason, stayed silent after being cautioned and charged. It would be alleged the fatal incident happened at a family gathering attended by 5 adults and 3 children. So there were 3 kids in the house at the time of this alleged murder. It's alleged that some of those present went to bed and a dispute arose between the accused and deceased, who had been drinking whiskey. The court heard the row calm down, but ignited about 3 a.m. Imagine that. 3 kids in the house. There were at one stage. Next door neighbours, them rowing and argy barging until 3 o'clock in the morning, when it kicked off again at 3 o'clock in the morning. Kicked off again at 3 o'clock in the morning. The defendant was granted free legal aid. Here we go. Cost to the taxpayers coming in here again. This was extended to cover the services of a Russian translator. The proceedings were translated on Monday night for the defendant by an interpreter. Melnic was remanded in custody to appear in court again last year. This is last May, by video link. The judge also ordered a psychological report at the request of a defense solicitor. So, yeah, let's get the psychological report in there as well. Toxicology reports were requested. We were told at the time they could take months before they would be analysed and sent back. Interpreters, just a horrendous state of affairs altogether. And it was actually the deceased's daughter, I believe. She was the one that actually phoned in the emergency services. So she had to witness all this, and he was fatally stabbed once with a 30-centimeter blade or a 12-inch blade. I don't actually have that slide. I forgot to include it here in the upload, but I'm looking for it. I'm just going to read this out. Yes, this is from the same news report. If you go and check it yourself, Detective Garda Coleman said it will be alleged the defendant went to the kitchen, took a knife, then went to the dead man went. An altercation took place. He was stabbed once in the chest with a 12-inch blade. The deceased's 12-year-old daughter called the emergency services, the court heard. So just an absolute nightmare scenario altogether. And this is the chap that is alleged to have committed the heinous act. So this is going to trial. The trial kicks off today. It's expected to run up until the end of next week. I don't know what the psychological report is going to show. I don't know what the toxicology report is going to show, but what I do know is more violence, more knife violence in a family gathering between two brothers-in-law, children present, man ends up dead, and tragically, his 12-year-old daughter is the one to make the services call to emergency services. Like, where were the adults? Where were the other adults? You know, why was it left to his daughter to make the call? And this is the chap in question, Valeriu Melnic. So time will tell with this one. We shouldn't have too long to wait before we see what the outcome of this is. But this is what's ongoing at the minute, and this is what's happening in suburban areas, the length and breadth of Ireland. So I'll leave that one with you. Leave me your thoughts, comments, and opinions below. For now, I'm Rick Munn. This is No Risk, No Reward Media. Over and out.